Hello YouTube, Time itself here with some Black Ops gameplay, little team death on the launch. Recently I've been having a lot of fun playing Homefront. It's not that Black Ops isn't enjoyable, just a change of pace really. Now that I've got a fair amount of time into Homefront, with some perspective, I know this is dangerous, but I'm going to try and make a few small comparisons between the two games. The biggest difference that I really notice in terms of play between the games is that the interface of Black Ops feels wonderfully smooth. It's at 60 frames per second, the controls are tight, and it works well. Homefront is a little clunkier, but it's entirely serviceable. On the other side, the connection in Black Ops always feels like you're lagging. Never very good. And Homefront usually works better. The real example is evading someone's gunfire. I could do it in Homefront. Even though it takes about as much to kill someone, in Homefront I can get away. I can escape, and I can live to fight another day. In Black Ops, if I don't know that I've won the gunfight before it starts, then even then, who knows what's going to happen. It's enough of a change of pace that I don't feel like I've been playing it for the past 4 years. As a result, personal expectations, a lot more freedom. This is something like a 30-4 game of Black Ops, which is nothing special at all, but in Homefront, right now, that would be a pretty good game for me. I find it very odd that Black Ops is far and away my statistically best game of Call of Duty yet. My KD is something like a 2.5, head and shoulders above any other game I've played. Whereas my Homefront KD is closer to my Modern War 2 KD at about 1.6. But oftentimes I feel like I'm a better player in Homefront. That's probably not the case, it's just that that level of expectation isn't there. And the end result is that oftentimes it's harder for me to have fun playing a game of Black Ops than it is just picking up another random game. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, or if you in fact have similar feelings about the game. It's not that I obsess about my KD, I just play the game. But that statistically, that's a pretty significant difference there. So something's going on, and yet I don't really feel like I'm playing any better or worse in either game. Right now, at the end of the day, it seems easy to feel good about a 2 KD in Homefront, where Black Ops need a 4 or a 5 just to bat an eye. The problem is, eventually those expectations just become unrealistic, and I don't know how to make them realistic again. I just don't. Black Ops is often really good about keeping the action absolutely at a breakneck pace. In fact, it's too fast and too chaotic a lot of the times for me. For example, I could never do a live commentary on Black Ops, but Homefront, maybe that could happen. That's not to say that Homefront doesn't have its action and its climaxes, but it does not attempt to keep them going all game long. On the other side, when Black Ops is slow, it's absolutely miserable. I mean, how many times does this happen now? You get in a game and there's one guy left on the other team. I don't want to be rude or anything, but, could you please leave here? I just want to get on to the next game. Not chase some random guy around the map for another 5 minutes. Granted, it's not part of the gameplay per se, but it is part of the multiplayer experience, and it's the multiplayer experience as a whole that decides if it's fun or not, and right now, that is really getting in my way. But okay, multiplayer experience. Back up for a second. At first, I wasn't interested in comparing these two games at all, but after playing Homefront for a while, I realized that the mistakes and the shortcomings are so similar to those of the Call of Duty series that it can't be a mistake or a coincidence. The same lack of stats, the same odd XP progression without any skill ranks, the same balancing teams based on previous score in the same lobby, and there are quite a few other similarities. Okay, let me talk about the game for just a second because this is the highlight that made me want to post this game. So many of you probably already know about this spot, but this is one of my favorite spots in this game, and especially on this map. It's right here, and you see the 3 dots below me, and I can just wait for them to come up the stairs, and no one ever turns around. And you died because both your friends had second chance and you got stuck on them. And of course there's an identical spot on the opposite set of stairs. That'll get me the Blackbird, call it in, and finish the game in easy mode. A couple months ago, I posted a video about the Black Ops spawns and how I really didn't like them very much. Homefront makes one significant change here, and that is that when you drop in from the sky, you get an overhead view and you can see where everyone on the map is. And you'd think that information would be only a very small part about what you actually know, especially in Black Ops, where you have your teammates, you have the radar, and you know where the spawns are in this game, so that shouldn't be the biggest difference, but for some reason that really feels like one of the biggest difference in forcing how the game plays, and honestly I really think it helps keep the game faster paced and keep people aggressive on the larger maps in Homefront. Okay, I'm sorry about rambling on about Homefront during a Black Ops gameplay, but I really did want to make a few comparisons that kind of came up not just when I first put the game in, but after I've been playing it for a while. In the end, what am I going to play? I'm going to play the game that my friends are on right now, because that's why I like playing video games, play with my friends and have fun. Whether it be Homefront or Black Ops, I can enjoy either one. I know this was a bit different kind of commentary for me, I just kind of thought some of these things need to be said, so I hope you thought they were interesting, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and thank you for watching.